So this is the Nissan Navara. Now, I know pickups aren't everybody's cup of tea, but actually, if you've got an active lifestyle, you need to carry a lot of people and a lot of equipment, then actually the Navara starts to make a lot of sense. It's also a really good tow car, and it has lots of other practicalities. We've spent some time with it, so let's have a look and see what it's like inside. Okay, so now once we're inside, and it's really car-like for a pickup. It's the materials, you wouldn't expect them to be really plush, but they're good quality, and it's really solidly put together and feels nice and well built. You've got leather seats, which are nice, and a leather steering wheel, and there's some leather bits around the gear stick and the handbrake here. Now you've got two big dials in front of you, and there's a small little digital readout in between, which gives you all your driver information, and it all works really, really well. You get a 7-inch touch screen. The thing that bugs me the most about it is that everything's quite far away to reach. It's to get to the home page. I feel as if I'm having to reach a little bit too far for that. But it's very clear. It's not overcomplicated. You've also got a nice camera here, which gives you 360-degree round view of the car. Moving down the console, and you've got all your heating controls and ventilation and everything, which looks really nice. But actually, I do prefer physical dials. Further down, you've got your controls for your four-wheel drive. And in four-wheel drive, you've got your downhill descent control. On the steering wheel, you've got multifunction. Over here, you have the controls for the driver information, as well as your radio and volume control. And on this side, you've got your speed limiter, cruise control, and voice activation. You've got quite a lot of storage. There's 2 cup holders here. There's a fairly deep sort of pocket, a cubby here. The glove box is not amazingly big, but it's adequate. You've got a little pocket here, and you've got some stowage up here as well. You've also up here got a 12-volt socket, and you've also got one here and another one in here. You do only have one USB charging point though. Moving on to the back. Now, there's loads of headroom, and there's a decent amount of knee room too. Underfoot room is not as generous as I would have hoped, but it's okay. There is very little transmission tunnel, so everybody does get a decent amount of foot space. You can fit 3 people in, and actually the person sitting in the middle seat has a reasonable amount of room. There are 2 Isofix pointings on each of the outer seats, but the doors don't open particularly wide, so fitting a child seat in the back could prove a little problematic. The seats are also, they're comfortable, but they are quite upright in the back, so you might find it gets a bit uncomfortable on a longer journey. Coming around to the back. Now, the tailgate is quite heavy to put down, but as you see, once it's down, you have absolutely copious amounts of room. There are options to get covers, various covers for it, like a Truckman or just a roller cover for it. All Navaras are now powered by the same 2.3 litre 4-cylinder diesel engine. This specifically developed commercial twin-turbo engine comes with 2 versions. Lower spec models get the 161 bhp version with 425 Nm of torque, while N connector and above get the 187 bhp with a 415 Nm output. Our test car is fitted with the more powerful engine, and for a commercial engine I have to say it's fairly impressive. On the motorway it's relatively quiet and refined, and the overall ride is helped enormously by Nissan ditching the old leaf spring suspension setup and giving the Navara a more SUV-like 5-link suspension. Now, as expected, the Navara is not a vehicle to be hustled along, and the performance is fairly sluggish. However, it does handle better than some rivals, and it keeps really decent composure, even on those twistier roads. Our car is fitted with the revised 6-speed manual, and I must say it's a great improvement over its predecessor. It now has longer ratios and a shorter shifting action, which were designed to reduce emissions. But it also means that there's less gear changing when driving. There is a 7-speed auto option available on higher spec models. The Navara has a nose weight of 140 kilos and it will pretty much tow anything. However, be prepared for, shall we say, a leisurely journey when towing. The engine needs a little coaxing to get off the line and a little forward thinking is required, especially when overtaking. But once up to speed, the Navara is comfortable and relaxing to drive. Hitching up was easy thanks to the reversing camera and the around view monitor, giving a 360-degree bird's eye view of the vehicle. Now, I covered over 600 miles in our test car and we managed to get a towing figure of 26.8 mpg and a solo figure of 34.1 mpg. So, as you can see from the state of the Navara, I've had a really good time driving it. It's so much better than it used to be. It holds the road well, it handles well, the ride is comfortable. It also tows really, really well. So to sum it all up, if you need a vehicle that can carry 5 people, has got copious amounts of room in the back here, then I definitely think you should shortlist one of these.